At this point, we have created a DAT file from our three-dimensional CAD data. So beginning in our training guide on page 1-23, we're going to look at creating a triangulated model from that and looking at that model. So we're going to focus our attention on page 123 and the top of page 124 in the training guide. The data set is the same as before, except that we now have a DAT file that we've created from the extracted graphics. The DAT file is what we're going to use to build our triangles from. So in Power Civil, let's go ahead and open up our base.dgn that's located in the C Data Geosite DTM 3D underbar data folder. From my DTM tools and my main DTM tool palette, I'm going to open up the Build Triangles tool. And I'm going to select this site.dat file. I'm going to create a tin file with the same name, site, but a TIN extension. I'm going to dissolve triangles that are longer than 100 feet along the edges or boundary of my surface. Click the process and the build triangles is completed. Now to load or view the surface. Again, from my main DTM tool palette, I will grab the Load DTM feature tool. Set my load file to 10 and the appropriate 10 file name. Toggle on display only. I'm going to toggle on or enable graphic group as well. Now I can turn the triangles on or off. Hit load and you can see the triangles. I also want to turn on contours, so I'm going to enable that option by selecting that item to be on, and I need to set the minimum and maximum Z value. So I'm going to click read, and it comes up with a minimum Z of 0 and a maximum of 99.018. So in my extraction process, I picked up a 0 elevation, and I didn't notice that during that process. So I'll need to fix that before I actually finish. But for now, I'm going to continue to fill out the dialog. So I'm going to go ahead and set my minor and major interval to 1 and 5. So minor contour every 1 foot, major on to 5. Set up my line information. Here I'll have a color of 2, a weight of 2, so for the major lines. And the minor lines I'll leave it as yellow and less weight, a weight of 0. So I'll enable those on. And as far as the labels, the major labels, I'll go ahead and enable that option. Double click on the sample graphic and I can set that to the appropriate symbology that I desire. And not follow any CAD standards that I may have. This time I'm going to turn my triangles off for a second. I'm going to hit load, and I can see up here in the upper left corner of my site, when I hit load, I've got several contours being drawn in there, and that's probably where that 0 elevation occurred. So in my next step, I want to fix that. But for now, I've set up the Load DTM feature dialog so that I can come back to it and simply hit load next time once I correct this problem. We'll do that in the next section.